Looks like we can go ahead and get started. So you guys are all here for the Tech Site Builder live demo and Q&A, and I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your busy schedules to hang out with me here for a little bit. I am going to make sure that this session doesn't last longer than an hour, and it might be shorter than that, just depending on if anybody has any questions at the end and that sort of thing. So I hope you guys are going to be able to stick around for the whole thing. I know we have folks from all over the world joining us today. I know we had some folks over in Australia that signed up for the webinar. So if you guys are watching, hope you guys are enjoying your morning cup of joe over there. Got some folks in Europe who signed up as well, and I know it's either super late or super early over there in Europe, so you guys might be catching the replay of this. But if you're here live, more power to you. Burning the midnight oil with me, I appreciate it. And then the rest of the folks from the U.S. Should be around your evening time. So hope you guys had a good dinner and are ready to settle in and have a good session here. So let's get started. So I just wanted to briefly let you know what we're going to cover. I'm going to start off with an introduction of myself and Tech Site Builder. Then we're going to move into talking a little bit about what Tech Site Builder is, the history behind it, what my mission statement for Tech Site Builder is, what I'm trying to do with it, how I'm trying to help you guys with it. I'm going to talk about the benefits of Tech Site Builder, who it's not for, and we'll get into that a little bit. And then we'll jump into a live demo. So I'll actually show you exactly what it will look like after you sign up for Tech Site Builder. We'll dig into the dashboard a little bit and show you how you can construct your website using Tech Site Builder. Then we'll have Q&A sessions, so you can ask any questions you might have. And at the very end, if you guys stick around for the whole thing, I do have a special offer for you guys as my way of saying thanks for hanging out this whole time. So definitely stick around for that. So just really quick, a little bit about me. My name is Matthew Rodella. I am the owner and the creator of the new Tech Site Builder. Most of you guys might know me from other places, like my blog at Your Friendly Neighborhood Computer Guy. That's yfncg.com. Or the podcast I do with Paco Lebron. That's the Computer Business Podcast. I've been doing Your Friendly Neighborhood Computer Guy now for about 7 years, and that's the blog where I write articles and provide resources to help other fellow computer business owners out there run their business. I ran a computer consulting business called Jiffy PC for about 7 years. I'm currently now transitioning from that into a WordPress consulting business. And for those of you who don't know, WordPress is a web content management system software that's been growing in popularity. And so I'm starting to just concentrate solely on consulting for WordPress. A couple other things that you may or may not know about me, some personal things. I'm a part-time musician. I play the guitar and the trumpet. I'm a member of the Maryland Army National Guard. And I love a good Korean barbecue. Out here in Maryland, we have a place called Honey Pig. And they have the Korean barbecue where they grill it up right there in front of you. And I can eat that pretty much every day, and I'd be living a happy life. So that's a little bit about me. Let me tell you a little bit about Tech Site Builder. The original Tech Site Builder was started by Steve Cherubino over at the Podnuts Network. I think most of you guys are familiar with Podnuts. That's the podcasting network that was started by Steve Cherubino. He released the first version of Tech Site Builder back in 2010, and that version was just a straight up HTML template that you could just install on your server. It came with the HTML code. It came with some graphics that you could edit, and it came with a bunch of videos that would help you out with putting everything together. And so if you look up there in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, that is what the original Tech Site Builder looked like. And it was very cool. It had, it was an easy way to get all of your information up there on one page. It was just a one-page website. Fast forward to 2013, Steve released version 2, and that was the big thing about that one was it was a WordPress theme. So you would first install WordPress on your server, and then you would install the new version of TechSite Builder. The cool thing about that is it allowed you to have multiple pages. You could also include like a blog on your website and all of that. And down there in the lower right-hand corner, you can see what that looked like. That was version 2. And then a year later in 2014, I acquired TechSite Builder version 2. And from Steve Cherubino, because he got out of the computer repair industry and he moved on to other things. And so he sold off Podnuts and a couple other of his projects. And he knew that I was a WordPress developer. And so he thought TechSite Builder would be a great project for me to take on. So I took it on. And this year I relaunched TechSite Builder as the first fully hosted website builder platform for computer business owners. So it's been redeveloped from the ground up. It looks totally different than it looked like before, but the idea is still the same. It's a way for computer business owners to get a website up and running very quickly. Looking in the chat, looked like there might have been some audio problems, but those have been resolved. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat. So we're going to have a formal Q&A session at the end. But as we're going through, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those into the chat in YouTube, and I will try to just glance over at that every now and then to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so let's talk about the new TechSite Builder, because that's what we're all here for. The new TechSite Builder, before I did the rebuild, I thought to myself, I need kind of a mission statement or something that I want to help guide me through the development of TechSite Builder so that I can make sure that it's going to live up to what I hope it does. So that mission statement that I set for myself when I began working on it was to help computer business owners quickly and easily get a professional and effective website up and running for their business. So you'll see a little preview there at the bottom of kind of what the new TechSite Builder looks like on different screens. But you'll notice some bold words there, and those are the words that I really wanted to focus on. So let's talk about some of the benefits around those key words. So quick, right? I wanted to make sure that you can get your website up quick, because this product is geared towards folks who really don't want to spend the time fiddling around with their website too much. They want to get it up and running quickly. So my goal at the beginning, before I released it, was to get it so that you can get your website set up from the time you sign up for TechSite Builder. Within 1 hour, you can get a fully functioning website up for your computer business. And hopefully I've met that. I've had some folks who've signed up for it who said that they were able to get their website up in about an hour. So that seems to be good. And in the demo, we'll run through a bunch of stuff really quickly, so you'll see what you can do pretty quickly. Also, on the same token of being quick, I wanted there to be minimal maintenance required. So that's why it's fully hosted, because you don't have to worry about getting hosting. You don't have to worry about, making sure your website is secure or getting in there and installing updates or plugins or any of that stuff. Basically, the only reason you need to log into your TechSite Builder after you initially build it is to maybe add a new page or update some of your content or stuff like that. So very minimal maintenance required. Down under the easy side, I really wanted to make it very easy for you guys. So that means no hosting, so you don't have to worry about going out and finding hosting. No HTML or CSS experience needed. You don't need to know how to code to use TechSite Builder. You can use code in TechSite Builder if you want, but you don't have to. And I made sure to include, now the cool thing about the previous versions of TechSite Builder was the videos that Steve Cherubino made to help walk you through setting up the different websites. So I wanted to keep that tradition alive in the new TechSite Builder. So I'm making sure to include videos on how to do every step of setting up your website within TechSite Builder. And I'm going to keep rolling out videos constantly about, how to set up SEO, how to set up different things, different tips and tricks to make sure that your website is the best it can be. As far as professional is concerned, I wanted to make sure that your website looks great all the time. So it is mobile responsive and mobile optimized. So no matter what size screen your viewer is looking at your website on, it's going to look good. And that's a big thing these days, to make sure that your website looks good. Not only is it a good, not only is Google paying attention to if your website is mobile optimized, but also a large majority of people are visiting websites now on their mobile phones and tablets. So that's definitely a must these days with websites. I also wanted to make sure that the design was clean, not a lot of distractions, not a lot of clutter, so that people who visit your website could get the information they want quickly. And just made sure that everything was nicely organized in a professional manner. And then I wanted these websites to be effective. So the websites are SEO ready. I've coded the websites with, SEO optimized code. So there's things like schema tags and HTML5 tags and meta tags and all the different things that search engines look for to make sure your website is SEO ready. You also have the ability to change your meta titles and meta descriptions within each page of your website to make sure that it's SEO optimized that way as well. Or you cannot do any of that, and TechSite Builder kind of basically just takes care of that for you on the back end. So just as long as you have the site up and running, it'll be SEO optimized. Easy contact is the #1 priority. So when I was building the kind of the layout of the TechSite Builder website, I wanted to make sure that the #1 priority was that when someone visits your website, they're able to contact you, because that's basically the point of having a website, is someone finds your website, or they look you up, and then they want to be able to easily contact you. And that's something that Steve did really well with the earlier versions of TechSite Builder, and that's something that I've maintained. I also want to make sure you're in complete control, and that's why it's called TechSite Builder, right? The builder part means that you can get in there and you can change all of the aspects of your website. So unlike hiring a web developer to do it for you and then constantly going back and forth with your web developer to make sure that changes are applied to your website, with TechSite Builder, you're in control of everything. So you can make your website as effective as you want to in those regards. Ken Dwight asked a question. So who owns the domain? So you will own the domain name. And we'll get into that actually in the demo. But when you first get your TechSite Builder up, your website will be at, the URL will be something.techsitebuilder.com. And then you have the option to point your domain to your TechSite Builder website. So your TechSite Builder website will look like it's at whatever domain you have. And we'll get into that a little bit more. And of course, within the TechSite Builder interface, there are instructions on how to point your business domain to your TechSite Builder website. All right, and then just a really quick feature dump. This is on the TechSite Builder website, so you can check this out there. But I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip anything. So just really quick, we have stuff that you can do in TechSite Builder. You can customize the home page. You have service-specific pages to list your services and testimonials so that those look good. And then you can add unlimited additional pages. It's SEO ready. It's mobile responsive. You can have a blog. You can there are contact forms available. You can add a Google map really easily to your location. There are testimonial widgets, services widgets, instruction videos, first-class support by yours truly. And anyone who has used TechSite Builder before or currently, and I know some folks who are watching this are actually current users of TechSite Builder, they can attest to the fact that I will respond very quickly to any issues you have or any questions you have, and I'll help you make sure that your website is a success. Domain mapping, so that goes back to Ken's question. Social media integration, so you can have links to your different social media accounts, and third-party scripts, so you can integrate third-party solutions like if you have ticketing systems, or if you have some sort of newsletter service or something like that, you can add those as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about who TechSite Builder is not for, because I really want to make sure that the right people use TechSite Builder, and I don't want to have any kind of false pretenses. I don't want to be, you know, trying to sell you TechSite Builder if it's really not right for you. I only want people to use TechSite Builder who need TechSite Builder. So TechSite Builder is not for techs who like to host their own website. Again, this is a fully hosted solution. Folks who like to spend time coding their website. So for web developers or people who like to tinker around with website code, this is not for you. This is not for people who like swapping out different themes, and that's something that you should probably use WordPress for if you like to, you know, try different layouts and themes and keep going back and forth. TechSite Builder is not for you. People who want to hire a web developer. So if you want, you know, a completely customized look, and you want, you know, super fancy, super well, you know, modern design with like huge images and sliders and animations popping out everywhere, then you probably want to hire a web developer to give you exactly what you want. So TechSite Builder would not be for you. However, even if TechSite Builder is not for you for your main website, there are some alternative uses for TechSite Builder. That would include maybe you offer like a niche service that you don't necessarily want to show on your main website, or you want a whole different website for that particular service. Like maybe you offer mobile device repair, or I don't know, some maybe you offer computer sales and you want to have the sales part on a different website. You can use a TechSite Builder site for that. If you want to have a location specific site, so if you have different shops in different areas, or if you want to have different websites that target different areas of your state, you can use a TechSite Builder to be a location specific website for your business. Or, and this is something I haven't seen done yet, but it is definitely possible, you can use TechSite Builder to easily build a site for one of your clients. So say you don't really do web development in your business, but you have one of your clients come to you saying, if you can help them put up a website. If your client isn't too picky about exactly the way the website looks, they just want to trust you with putting up a good, clean, professional looking website, then you can obviously use TechSite Builder for that, and use it kind of as a white label service. You put the website up and get it all configured and everything, and then you just charge your client a monthly fee. That's of course a little bit more than what you're paying for TechSite Builder, and it's kind of a win-win situation that way. So those are some kind of creative ideas of how to use TechSite Builder other than for your main computer business website. Let's see, John asks, I can answer this later, but in my opinion, how does pointing a domain affect SEO versus having the domain hosted directly? Well, it doesn't really affect SEO because technically domains are separate from your website. So it's very common to have a domain registered through one company and then having your website hosted through another company. That's fairly common practice. Now, sometimes you can, you know, sign up for GoDaddy, get your domain through GoDaddy, and get your website hosted through GoDaddy. But you'll notice that oftentimes still your domain is being hosted at a different name server than the server that your website is being hosted on. So really, your domain and website are technically separated like that anyway. So there really is no SEO downside to pointing your domain to TechSite Builder. All right, and then just really quick, wanted to give you guys a sneak preview at some things that are coming soon to TechSite Builder. I am working with some partners to get some third-party integrations going. So now, while you can install third-party scripts, like if you have like a little block of code that some service gives you to install on your website, you can throw that on your TechSite Builder website. But I'm working on getting specific third-party integrations so that you can basically just click a button and maybe enter your username and password to that third-party service, and it'll automatically pull in all of the different pages and stuff and widgets that you would need for your website. So I'm not going to name any names right now because I'm still working on those integrations, but that's definitely something that I'm working really hard to get. And I have quite a few folks that are interested in partnering with TechSite Builder on that. So that's a really exciting upcoming thing. Advanced SEO dashboard is something I'm working on that's not in a tech site builder yet, but I wanted to make it very easy for you guys to really get in there and get granular with your search engine optimization if you want to, because some folks like to do that. Also, we're going to have some analytics, so you can point your Google Analytics to your tech site builder website if you know how to do that. But I also want to have some in-house analytics that just will quickly give you, you know, how many visitors have you had, where are they coming from, that sort of thing. And that's coming soon. Also, SEO, web marketing, and social media training. So I'm gonna work on consistently creating videos for you guys on topics that pertain to computer business websites specifically. And of course, whatever you guys want. So what I really want to do is have an open dialogue with my users, and anything that you feel Tech Site Builder should have, let me know, and I'll add it to the list of things to integrate. Because really, I already have a pretty big list of additions that I'm going to be adding that are brought to you by the folks who have been using Tech Site Builder for the last couple months now. So I'm excited to get those implemented, and I'm constantly looking to implement new things. And that brings me back to the hosting. That's another huge benefit of having Tech Site Builder be fully hosted by Tech Site Builder. That'll allow me to roll out updates instantaneously and seamlessly. So if I add a new, say I add the advanced SEO dashboard to the Tech Site Builder websites, you'll get that as soon as I roll it out. You'll get that in your dashboard on your website immediately, and you can take advantage of that for your website immediately, as opposed to if you know, I offered this as a WordPress template or something that you had to install yourself. You'd have to come back and download the update and then install it, and then make sure it's compatible with all your plugins and all of that mess. So I just wanted to get rid of all of that, make it really easy for you guys to get all the updates that are coming. And I'm looking forward to just listening to what you guys want and implementing what you want within Tech Site Builder. Crespo IT says, yeah, exactly. So you can set up a Tech Site Builder website for any business. It doesn't necessarily have to be computer related. Now, that being said, I would recommend, you know, you guys sign up for Tech Site Builder, because you know, the dashboard and certain things within Tech Site Builder are geared towards computer business owners. So if you told your client, hey, go sign up for this Tech Site Builder, then they would maybe be confused if they're, you know, a flower shop or something like that. But yeah, definitely, you don't necessarily need to use Tech Site Builder as a computer business website. It's, you know, it's fully customizable, so you can put whatever content you want in the Tech Site Builder website. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the live demo of Tech Site Builder. This is what y'all came for. So let me get that up here. Okay, so what you see on your screen now is exactly what you'll see as soon as you sign up for Tech Site Builder. So when you sign up, you create your account, you pay, and then you get to this screen. And this is the screen that you'll get to. I just kind of want to show you that this is a fully automated thing. You don't have to wait for the website to be created or for you or anything like this. So you signed up, you paid, now you're at this screen. You click the link to begin setting up your Tech Site Builder website. It takes you to a page where it asks you to fill in what you want your domain name to be. And again, this is the initial domain name, and you can always point your main domain name to this after the fact. But to get it set up first, you need to set up some kind of domain name. So I'm just going to call this, TSB demo. And so the domain for this particular site is going to be tsbdemo.techsitebuilder.com. And then my business name will be, I'll just call my business TSB demo for now. And then right off the bat, you can say, do you want search engines to index this site? Most of the time you want to say no until you're ready to you know, make it known to the world. And then later on, you can switch this to yes from within the Tech Site Builder dashboard. So then I click the Create Site button. And then it says, congratulations, the site is now yours. And it gives you the URL to view the website. So let's take a look at that really quick. So I've lickety-split got my TSB demo site up and running. And you can see it's fairly well put together already. You've got some content here. You've got your menu here. You've got everything pretty much set up. You just need to go in and add in your own personal information. And then back here, it gives you the link to log in to your TechSite Builder website, which will always be your URL/login. So I can click on that link, and then I can log in to TechSite Builder dashboard. So this is the dashboard for your TechSite Builder website. And you'll notice right off the bat that you're greeted with a welcome box that has the quick start videos. So right away, you have some videos to help guide you through the startup process to get your website up and running. And the videos total about a little under an hour playing time. And if you go through all 6 videos, you'll basically cover every single aspect of getting your website set up. So we're going to go through a few of these items now. Of course, we don't have time to go through them all, but that just gives you a little idea of what greets you when you first sign up. Now, you might notice the interface is kind of familiar if you've ever used WordPress before, because TechSite Builder is based on a WordPress framework, but it's highly customized. So there you will definitely notice some differences. If you aren't familiar with WordPress, don't worry, you don't need to be to use TechSite Builder. You got some quick little boxes here that gives you the latest info on TechSite Builder. You can contact TechSite Builder support very easily. You can watch the YouTube channel for TechSite Builder very easily. All of that stuff's available to you in the dashboard. So one of the first things you'll want to do when you first sign up for TechSite Builder is to personalize it. So you would jump over here in the navigation menu on the left. This will take you to all the different areas within your TechSite Builder dashboard that you can go to set up your website. And they're categorized pretty easily so you can find where you need to go. There's structure and style. So anything that affects the structure and style of your website is here. Then there's content. So that's like the pages that make up your website, blog posts, the services, the testimonials, all the regular pages and stuff like that is there. And then the admin info, all of the other additional administrative stuff is down here. So one of the first things we want to do is set up our business information. So we're going to go to the business info screen. And this is where you can put in your business name, which I already filled out when we got started. But you can change that. Maybe I just want to have it say TechSite Builder. Then you can have a slogan. So I'll say, like, just getting started. Right, you have your email address. Now, this is the email address that's going to be, that you're going to receive any contact through the contact forms on your website, on your TechSite Builder website. So that should be your business address. You can have your phone number there, and you could format it however you want. So I can have, like, an area code. And you can even throw in an extension if you want. And you could throw in your business address. Now, if you don't have a storefront, that's okay. You can just empty this out and not have an address show up at all. If you do have a storefront or you have an address that you want people to know about, then you can fill that in. 3 any place, town, any town, state, Maryland, because that's where I live. I don't know the zip code, so I'll just leave that blank. Actually, I'm going to put in a real address. This is an address I used to have. I love the road. I used to live on Sleepy Horse Lane, and that was in Columbia. And that way it'll show up on the map later on. But this address is going to be used in different areas of your website. So you just have to enter it once, and then it dynamically gets populated throughout your website. Then, of course, you could throw in some social media links to your different social media account. You would just put in the entire link, facebook.com/whatever, twitter.com/whatever, And, maybe you want to throw in your LinkedIn profile as well. Okay, so you just fill in the URL to those, really easy, click save. And then we can go visit our site and refresh, and we see that the information I entered gets automatically populated. The phone number is thrown up there, the address gets thrown up there in the header. And you can always swap these around or change this, but by default, that's what's showing. So cool, so we have our business information in there. The next thing we probably want to do is set up how our header looks. So we can come up to structure and style, and we can go to the header. And that's, again, the header, is the top portion of the website. So we have some options for the header. We can make it full width. So that's if you have like a huge banner that you want to go across, the entire header of your website, you can do that. So if you want to have like flashy symbols, or you want to have badges, or you want to have your own crazy text or something going on in the header, you can just have a full width header that takes up the entire section. Or you can have a 2-section header, where right now there's 3 sections. There's this section, the middle section, the right-hand section. But if you have maybe you have a huge logo that takes up half the space over here, then maybe you'd want to go with 2 sections. So you can have the left section where your logo would be, and you can upload an image. And then the right section, you can choose what information you want to show. Do you want to show your phone number and your address? Do you want to show your phone number and social media links? Or do you want to have some image that you upload to show? So for example, if I want to show phone number and social media links, I can do that. Click save and refresh. And now, if I had a super long logo over here, now I have my phone number and social media links over here. You'll notice the links only show up for the social media accounts that I filled in. So I only filled in my Facebook, my Twitter, and my LinkedIn. I could also fill in YouTube, and there was one other, I forget off the top of my head, Google+. You can fill those in, and those would show up over here as well. So let me go back to the 3 sections, and within the 3 sections, you can choose what you want your middle third to show and what you want your right third to show. For example, my computer consulting business was strictly out of my home, and I did not want to publish that address. So I would choose maybe to show my social media icons over here in the right third. So if I save that and refresh, now you can see I'm back to the 3 sections, and I have my social media icons over there on the right-hand side. I'll take a sip of water here real quick. Okay, so that's how you set up the header. And again, you can upload your own logo. I did not do that. I don't have time in this particular demo. And you don't need to have a logo, because you can just have your computer business name showing up there in the upper left, and that will be sufficient until you are able to get a logo set up. All right, so let's work on optimizing our homepage. So you'll see the homepage structure is we have a slider at the top, and that's just kind of standard practice for websites these days, to have a nice image slider to catch the eye of the visitor. And then underneath that, we have some quick information boxes. I'm all about giving your customers as little but as helpful information as you can on your homepage. So you don't want to clutter your homepage with too much information, because that can overwhelm people, and they might just end up being confused or being overwhelmed or moving on to another business. So really you want to grab them with the image, and then you want to give them some really quick information about what your business does or the kind of services you provide. And then underneath that, you can go into a little bit more detail about what your business is about. We have a contact form here to make it easy for folks to contact you. And then down at the bottom, your address and everything will show up. If you don't want your address to show up at the bottom, then just delete your address from the business info in the dashboard, and that'll go away. So really quick, just want to talk about what you can do on the homepage. You can upload some images to your slider here in the slider settings. You can also choose to hide the slider entirely. So if you're not a fan of having an image slider, or if you don't have any big images that you want to put in there, you can just hide it by default. So if you choose to hide it, then it'll just go away, and instead you'll just have the 3 boxes and the welcome box here. You can hide any of these pieces of the homepage. So you can just have if you're the kind of person who likes to set up everything yourself, then you can get rid of the boxes and the slider and just have this free text area where you can add images and text and anything you want. You can even get rid of the contact box. You don't necessarily need to have that either. You can get rid of that and just have a box where you can put whatever you want. Just go crazy with images and videos and whatever you want. That could be your homepage. So it's very flexible. You can hide or show any of those boxes. I'm going to show my slider really quick. You can say how many slides. You can have up to 5. I would 5 is a lot. Any more than 5, it would just be pointless because someone would be sitting there clicking through a bunch of slides. You don't want them to do that. You want them to quickly get the information you need and then contact you. Right now, I'm just going to have 1 slide, and that slide is going to, I have an image here. Let me pull that up really quick. And it's ready to go, and then I closed the window I had open. So I got to open it here really quick. There we go. Okay, so I want to upload an image for this slider. So I just click the upload image button. It has an area where I could just drag and drop an image from my desktop onto the screen. I did that. I dragged the image. There it is. Now I can just click set slide image. Now that image URL is there. I can also add a title. This is my slide title. And I can add a description that's going to go on top of the slide. So this is my slide description. I will try to come up with something clever. All right. And then I can also link the slide to another page on my website. So if I save that and refresh, you can see there's the slide, there is the title, there is the description. Title and description are totally optional. If you don't add those, then this box won't be here. So if I were to just delete those 2 things and save, and then refresh, now it's just an image. So you can have an image with text or whatever you want on top without having that title and description there. And everything else on the homepage is basically works the same. For the featured boxes, you can choose to show or hide them. You can change out the icon that shows at the top. There's a bunch of different icons that I think would fit with a computer business, laptops, keyboards, money, car, globe, briefcase, office building, a bunch of different stuff. So you can choose those. You can give the box a title and a description, and then link that box to another page on your site. And then there's the welcome message box, which is free-form text. So you can add media like images and videos. You can create links. You can format the text however you want. And then you can choose to show or hide the contact form as well. If for whatever reason you don't want a contact form on your homepage, you don't need to have that. In which case, if I just hit it, then at the bottom, oh, did I do the right thing? And then that's not hiding at the moment, but it should be hiding. So I can choose to hide the contact form. I can choose to hide the entire welcome message. So, you know, what would be cool is if you don't want a lot of clutter on your homepage, you just go to the homepage and refresh, and you take away the welcome box. So then you just have a nice header, a nice slider, some boxes, and that's it. Quick and easy. And really all you want to do is have the person contact you, or if they want to learn more about your services, they can click through to the different pages on your website. So that's kind of a quick and dirty look into how you can set up your homepage. And all of the other pages within TechSite Builder are just as easy to set up. If you go under content and click on pages, you can see all of the pages that exist on your site by default. You can delete these pages if you want. You don't need to have them. The only pages that are required are, of course, your homepage and the blog page. But everything else you can get rid of. And you can go into the pages. And if you're familiar with WordPress, you recognize this editor. But it works just like a word processor. You know, you can highlight a word and make it bold. You can add a link just by highlighting over a word and clicking the link and then adding the URL. You can change your SEO settings for this particular page. So if you wanted to change the meta title, the meta description, the meta keywords, if you wanted to redirect from your previous site's webpage to this version of the webpage, you can use the redirect URL, and that'll create a 301 redirect. So that will help your, that won't hurt your search engine rankings, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to get into in this particular demo. Another cool thing about TechSite Builder is that you can add your services. So for example, if you have, web development is one service, laptop repair is another service, virus removal is another service, you enter those services here. If I were to add a new service, I'll just show you really quickly, you can give the name of the service at the top, a description of the service. Over here, you can enter the cost of your service. That's optional if you want to show the cost or not. You can also choose an icon for your service. Again, the same icons that are available on your homepage. Or you can choose an image to represent your service. And instead of going into how to do that now, I'm going to transition over to show you some examples of some TechSite Builder websites that are out in the wild. So really quick, does anybody have any questions about the dashboard? Because I'm going to leave the dashboard now, and I'm going to show you guys some examples of some TechSite Builder websites that have been built to show you kind of the different things that people are doing with TechSite Builder. Let me look over at the chat box. Yep, love the integration of social media. Yep, that's definitely a must these days. So I definitely didn't want to forget about adding some kind of social media aspect to the TechSite Builder. Okay, cool. So no questions so far. So I'm going to jump into some examples of TechSite Builder websites that are out in the wild. So this is my own kind of demo site for my my previous computer consulting business that I'm now phasing out of. So that's why I don't have a real phone number up here or anything. Another thing I wanted to show you is your phone number is clickable. So if I click that, it brings up, do I want to call them on Skype or whatever. So if someone visits your website on a mobile device, they'll be able to click on your phone number and it'll automatically bring up your phone number on their phone so they can quickly call you. So that was actually a request from a user that I integrated into TechSite Builder the next day, basically. So that's just an example of how cool it is that if you guys have a request that you want to see in TechSite Builder, let me know. And because it's hosted by me, I could roll out that change to everybody that uses TechSite Builder pretty much the next day. So here's my site. I've got a slider that you can move between the different images. Got some different boxes here. Got my my Verizon guy mug on the welcome area here. And then if you scroll down, I've got a little footer section that I set up with some quick links to my social media accounts, my services. And again, these are filled in for you. These are dynamically populated. So the services that I filled in on the dashboard automatically get put into this services widget. So I don't need to add this information more than once in the dashboard. Same with the social media links. These are pulling from the information I entered in the dashboard originally. Same with the map. This is automatically generated using the address that I entered in the dashboard. So again, I don't need to go to Google Maps and download code or whatever. This is automatically generated within TechSite Builder. And the testimonials, you'll see it's cycling through some of the different example testimonials that I entered in the dashboard, again, in the testimonials screen. And then you'll see in the services page, if I click on that, this is what your services will look like on the services page. So you enter the services in the dashboard, and then on the front end, they're nice and neat boxes that make it really easy for your clients to see all of the services you offer in a nice, formatted, very professional looking layout. So you can see, you can add images, or you can just use an icon if you don't have images. It'll list the price for your services if you choose. If you do not enter a price, then it'll just look like this. And then you can have the person, if they click on read more, then it'll give them the full description of your service. For example, this one, it'll show the image and it'll also show the price. And then if I go to testimonials, again, that's another kind of pre-formatted page where it shows a list of all of the testimonials that your clients have left for you. And you can fill those out in the dashboard, and then it'll give you a nice, neat layout of your testimonials on the testimonials page. You don't have to set it up. You just type in the testimonials in the back end, and they automatically get populated on the testimonials page like this. And then stuff like the contact page and the blog pages and the about page, those are all pages that you can basically just customize however you want. So you can add whatever information you want. You can choose whether or not you want to show the sidebar. This is the sidebar. If you want to show a sidebar, you can. If you don't have to. You can choose to hide it. And then in the sidebar, you can show some different information as well. Here you can see I threw in my Ackerbo logo. I have the map, and the services are listed there again. I can click on the service and it'll show me the service information there. Let's look at a couple other websites. This is Crespo IT Solutions. I really like the way he set up the site. He's got some good images in his slider. His color selections were good. I forgot to show you in the dashboard, but all of the colors are fully customizable. So you can change. Actually, let me show you, because that was an important point that I wanted to show you. Under structure and style and the style settings, you'll notice that we start off making it really easy to choose the colors that your website has. You're basically just given two choices, primary and secondary color. The primary color is used for things like headings and backgrounds of certain elements. You want to use a darker or more neutral color here. The secondary color is what we use for like links and hover. So that's more of an eye-catching color. So for example, if I wanted to use, let's see, I had that here a second ago. Yep. Okay. No, that's, oh shoot, I think I lost it. Oh, well, you can choose the color you want to show. So if I want my primary color to be like the TechSite Builder green, and I want my secondary color to be more of a dark gray or something like that, I can choose those colors there, very easy. I can choose the background color. I can also choose the site font. So if I want to get crazy, I can use something like shadows into light. And if you click on this link, it'll give you an example of what all these texts look like. If I save that and then refresh my page, you'll see, bam, I got that shadows into light. That's a cool kind of hip, edgy font that you can use if you're targeting like younger folks or millennials or something like that with your services. You can have kind of a cool looking font like that. And you can see the colors have changed as well. So my primary color is used for some of the headings up here, the menu background and stuff like that, some of the links as well. So yeah, so that's how easy it is to change the colors. But if you want to dig down into specific elements, then you can scroll down to advanced style settings where you can change color, font color, icon colors, background colors of all the different elements of all the different pages of your website. So that's what Crespo did. He did a good job of setting up his website with some cool colors. He's also got a Book Now. So this is a good example of the third-party integrations. This Book Now is not a TechSite Builder feature. It's a feature of, looks like a website called Simply Book Me, where you can grab some code and add it to your website. So this gives him a way for people to book an appointment with him very easily. And you can see his services are set up got a lot of cool services there. He's got some drop downs underneath there, so you can read about the services and so forth and so on. So that's Crespo. Liam Tech's got another cool page. I like how he uses red for his phone number to make it really stand out up there, and then blue for his icons down here. He's got his picture there, so that's good. He's got a check-in form that he pulled from another service. He's got a book an appointment calendar that he pulled from another third-party service. And he's got his blog that's nice and got some nice posts there. So that's a very cool TechSite Builder site here. And then here's Feist Computers is another good example of some good use of third-party integration. So he's got two tabs. He's got a contact us tab here. He's got a chat tab down at the bottom. He's got his boxes here, and he's got his map down at the bottom there. And his services are all set up nice and neat, very simple. Contact form there, some maintenance plans are here. So you can see, you know, some different ways people are using their TechSite Builder websites to have a very, I would say, I'm a little biased, but I would say these are all very professional, very clean, very easy to use, easy to look at, easy to navigate websites. And those were all created by the computer business owners using TechSite Builder. So that is going to do it, I believe. Let me see if I have any other things I want to go over. Nope. So